think we live right now. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead, guys, and let's draw some faces again, man. You know what I'm saying? We draw some faces. Let me get some markers out here. Let's see what I got in here. I got a whole bunch of markers. I had to run out to my truck. We got a little thunderstorm going on here at the La Casa. La Casa Mufasa, right? Okay, what's going on? What's going on, Gibby? How are you today? Let's go ahead and draw together today. I'm just going to be doing some random pictures. We're just going to start with this today. I'm going to be using my Crayola marker, right? So let's go ahead and jump in here. I guess I'll start. I don't know what I'm going to start with. And I guess what I'm doing, I'll go ahead and answer a few Q&As. Somebody asked me the other day, what's a small habit you picked up recently that actually improved your day? A habit that I picked up recently that improved my day. Oh, I'm going to tell you. The thing that I picked up that improved my day was this. I think I started, I got this habit of telling myself to inside of my head, focus, like get back to where you're supposed to be at. Like it's this thing in my head that I used to get so distracted by stuff, and then I don't know, one day it just I don't know, it changed, and it became a habit to say that I'm not going to lose focus anymore. I wanted to do it and not feel like it was, how can I put it? I wanted it to become a normal part of who I was. You know, most of my life I kind of struggled with those type of things, you know. And they say that when you're an artist, hey Tammy, they say when you're an artist, sometimes you'll or when you're gifted in music or any of the things any of the arts that generally people that have attention problems usually tend to gravitate toward them. I'm not saying that there's any truth to that situation. I'm just saying that that worked for me, right? It worked for me to help me, to keep me in line with my thinking. So that's a habit that I picked up. But it's so many. I mean, I've had some on health. I mean, I daily go to the gym every day. I don't ever, if I got it, you know, I was 200 and I want to say I was 240, maybe 250 pounds. I got up to about that at my heaviest, and so I lost about 40 pounds so far. So I'm a lot lighter, and it feels better on my knees, feels better on my back, just feels better. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that I'm just kind of going around like with family life, my routines. Family life, I just want to be, I think for me it's to be more present. I'm always like, if I make it a habit, for instance, not to use my phone during family time, or if we're doing something, I want to be there because I started thinking differently about memories. I don't know, like just think about it. Like at the end of this life, that's all you got left is your memories, right? And the other day, me and my wife were talking about my oldest son, Ethan. And so we were thinking, man, I can't even remember him being a baby, other than if I look at a picture, I can remember him. But if I look at if I'm just looking at him like and maybe I started thinking maybe it was because, even though I was present, I really didn't, really zone in on it, So every time I look at something now, what I do is I start studying the whole scene. If I'm playing with my son, sometimes I found myself today, and I know you might think it was my son. I love him. So I was just sitting there looking at him, just watching them while they're playing games, and I'm really just playing together. and I really was listening to their conversation, and I really was listening, looking how they interact together, all that stuff, and it was really kind of awesome. You know what I mean? So that's just some of the things that I've done. Has anybody here picked up a habit, maybe in your routine or your health or your focus, maybe your family life? Have you picked up anything that has made a positive change in your life? I'd like to hear about that. But if you don't feel like talking right now, I get it too. That's all right. I have plenty to talk about. Okay. I like this guy right here. He looks very, very excited. Very, very happy guy, right? So I'm just going to draw some lines here. Okay. Hey, how are you today? Crazy, funny man, how are you today? How you doing? Okay, let me see here. I think this side here needs a little bit more attention over here. Maybe because of that shadow over here. I was making the light kind of come from one side of my picture to the other. So I really like the way this one came out. We can go ahead and just kind of do this here. Make these a little bit thicker. And then let me see. I think that's it right there. All right, all with our little Crayola marker, right? Okay. Yeah. Let me see here. Oh, thank you so much, Gibby. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you for tipping today. Appreciate you. Okay, so let me see here. Now, what is question question number 2 on my questionnaire here today? Let me see here. What was your first real job, and what did it teach you? What was my first real job? Okay. My first real job was actually Burger King. I worked at Burger King. I was in high school, and I got a job flipping burgers at Burger King. And I got to tell you, it was a great job, and what it taught me was how to make a Whopper. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I had a lot of, I got some Whoppers. I made some, we used to just invent sandwiches because they would throw away so much food. And it also taught me how much food they actually throw away in this country. Oh my goodness. They throw away so much food, and it's absolutely nuts. I think this guy's up to standard here. But yeah, it taught me that. It also gave me a look into what it felt like to, to work for somebody. Responsibility, I guess. But I guess one thing I wish I would have dealt with as a kid, and even doing that was, like I said, those attention problems that I had. But now I'm dealing with it as an adult. I'm really actively doing something about that. So it's super duper awesome. All right, let's see here. But anyway, yeah, it taught me just about a lot of. But I guess if we're talking about first real job, okay, I don't consider Burger King a real job. You know what I mean? So let's try this face here. Let's see what we can do with her face. So I don't consider that a real job. If you really want to if I really want to talk about real jobs, I guess my first real job was the military. I was in the Navy, and first thing I think what the Navy did was now that I look back at it, it taught me a lot about myself. You know what I'm saying? It taught me a lot about myself, as far as how undisciplined it was. A lot of things I was missing. When you grow up, when a young man, I think when you grow up without your old man, you're gonna feel that there's gonna be some things that's gonna be off because you can't learn those things, from a woman, because it would be the equivalent, I think, of let me put this one over here. It would be the equivalent of I don't know, me telling a woman about childbirth, right? There's nothing that I could there's nothing that I can offer as far as that's concerned. Let's see what happens when I start with my eyes here. There's nothing that I could really offer you as far as advice. Oh, look at that. That one's cool. When it comes to that area. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I like this one right here. In fact, I think it's easier. It might be good enough to start with the eyes first. Something small here. Some small nose. I wonder if I went like this and come across and do like this. There we go. Okay. And then I come across this. If I'm just assuming, just trying to talk my way through this. All right, now let me see. If you could instantly master one skill outside of art, what would it be? Gosh, if I could instantly master one skill outside of art, what would it be? God, that's a hard one. Let me see. You know what? If I could instantly master, gosh, that's a hard question. If I could master anything outside of art, what would it be? Let me see. You know what I would want to master? I think I got the answer. I think I would want to master. I believe, this is just my personal belief. I believe that there's a upgrade or a better version of me that is not only a real thing, it's also obtainable. But the only thing that holds me back from discovering the person is because I keep I want to go back and I'm so fascinated with how I used to be that I can't think there's anything better than how I used to be, if that might have made sense. So if I had to master a skill outside of art, I would want to have the skill never to look backwards. I would want to master when and how to look backwards, right? Because looking backwards is usually, in most cases, I found is not really a good thing to do. Like even when you go into psychology, they'll tell you, well, look, if we want to, you got this problem going on, right? We want to dig down deep and figure out where this problem came from. But it doesn't matter, because even if you find out the why or the what, a lot of the times that doesn't solve the problem. You just kind of have to deal with it from where it's at. You know, a good example of this might be the other day, I was actually talking to some family, and they were saying to me that they didn't get to see me as much, or that they weren't happy with the relationship because they didn't get, they didn't have access to me, as they felt deemed acceptable or whatever happened. And so that would be an example, kind of that. You understand what I'm saying? When somebody, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Okay, hold up. I'm trying to see what I got going on here. All right. That was what do y'all think about that cartoon right there? Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, the outside of art, mastering just being able to not look back and think in terms of going forward. I don't know. I think I kind of suck at that sometimes. You know what I mean? Believe it or not. But my spiritual life has really helped me, because sometimes I don't feel like doing something, but I go by the letter of the law. You know what I'm saying? I try to go by the letter of the law when it comes down to how I live my life. I don't just go do anything like I would before. So I learned a lot of things, from that first job. I mean, from that mastering that one skill. Excuse me. Okay, so this one right here. Let's see if I can get this hair colored in here. Okay, she has some brown here. I don't know. Is this one? There might be two. Let me see. Let's do like this. Add some little color in here. Yeah, like that. Okay. Then we can come across here. Add these darks in. Awesome. I like the roundness of these eyes right here. That was really cool. Now for the hair, I'm gonna need another marker here. Let me see if I can find it. And these are the ones I normally use for that. Either some of these right here. These are really good for drawing hair right there. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Tap comments. Oh, I don't know. What does that mean? Heck, I don't know what that means. Okay. Oh, okay. I get what you mean. Okay, I don't know. Okay, they shouldn't have said it. All right, here we go. Let's go to this hair right here. All right. So, does anybody have an interesting answer about that? Yeah. These right here, Gibby, they do bleed. But what I do is at work, I generally, in fact, I need to do this today actually. Excuse me. Let me get a piece of this paper here. I usually keep a piece here. Let me open this up here. Hold on. And then get a piece out. I don't want it to be too bright because then it'll kill my feng shui. I don't know. Maybe no, but then let me see. They got this purple one. This purple is not too intrusive, but it does allow me to not bleed through to my other papers. So we'll just do something like this here. So that's a little bit less. And then yeah, they do bleed through there. All right, then you got to keep you some dried out markers. These are my dried out markers. I think this is the dried out one anyway. All right, do something like this. That one's not as dried as I like, but it's cool. But I think I got another one of these in here that's a little drier than that. Let me just pull them out of my bag here. Where are you? And if not, don't worry. Let me see. What about these ones here? Let me look at these. I can tell by just doing this. This one's the one I want. You see how it colors? Like that? That's the one I want right there. Yeah, keep that marker because it'll do it. It does some cool stuff like this. Watch. So it's easier to get your hair, you know what I'm saying, like you want it when you use these. This came out a little darker than I want because I didn't have this marker in the first place. So I would have made some of this a little bit darker, but I mean lighter or whatever, depending on if I was doing color or black and white or whatever. But anyway, that's the end of that one. Let's go to our next picture and also our next question. What's something you believed in your 20s, right, that you don't believe anymore? Something that I believed in my 20s that I don't believe at all anymore. I'll tell you what I'll tell you what that is. Are y'all ready? Thank you, Tammy. I think that the one thing that I don't believe that I was in my 20s that I believe now that I did believe then that I don't believe now is there's two things actually. One of them is that the world doesn't center around me. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me turn this down. Number one, I don't think that the world centers around me anymore. That's a cold reality because I was kind of getting used to the world centering around me, you know. And then the other one I think was I think would have to be, man. I think it would have to be that I'm not bulletproof, or I can you know, You know what I'm saying? This is that shape right there. I like that. That long shape. So I like that generalization there. I know it was a lot of turns in her cheeks and all that, but I decided to just not even go with all that mess. But yeah, I don't think I'm bulletproof anymore. I used to think that, like, I could, jump over a building with a single bound. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Letterman. Nah, I'm messing with you. But that's who I thought I was at one time. And that might be an old joke for you people that don't know who Letterman was because y'all didn't watch Sesame Street coming up or any of those type of shows like that, right? So yeah, that would be. I think that would be the things that I don't believe anymore. And there's probably a whole bunch of things I don't believe anymore. I don't believe that. Let me see. I don't believe that I can have more than one. Like if like back in the day, I wanted to have a lot of girlfriends, right? And now I've discovered that I'm not smart enough to deal with two women at the same time. I don't have I don't have the intellectual capacity to do such things, and so I think that would be one of the things. I don't know. I'm just being honest with you, right? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Either you're gonna be my friend or you're not, right? Here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do a. You know what I like? I think I'm gonna do with this one. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm just gonna do this here. Yeah, like that. Look at that. That's it. That's it. And then we'll just do this. Boom. We'll give her a little bit of a coyness to her eyes, right? That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's put a little lighting in those eyes. And her nose is kind of a round, like, shape like this. I like to keep it simple, man. That's just it. Keep it simple. That's another thing that I believed. I thought that anybody ever had that happen to you? I don't know, but maybe if we got any conversationalists out here today, like I don't know if anybody else struggled with this, but I always felt like I needed more than what I actually needed. Like, as you get older, you start being like, I don't need that, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this, right? But then when when you're younger, you like, man, you just feel like, man, you just need everything when you're young. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why you gotta have this. Let me see. I think that one came out okay. And she got the cheeks in there, right? Yeah, I think that's good. I'm quite the opposite. Okay, tell me about that, Gibby. Everybody's different. I'm just in here to hear viewpoints. It was always good to be able to talk about things and everybody just kind of sharing what's on their heart. You know what I mean? But in a respectful way. It's always good. All right, let's go ahead and get these shadows in here. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of shadow to these lips here. Right. I like to keep these dried out markers. And now I'm a prime example of that. I'm becoming a borderline hoarder. You can't let it. Hey, look, I get it. I get what you mean. And that's and that's we were actually, funny story. We were talking about that with I can't even say that because I don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna rephrase it. I'm gonna say a particular family member of mine, right? We always talk about how they like to hoard, like they're like straight up like, you know what I mean? Where did you get this from? Oh, I kept this back from the Civil War when I was back in the Civil War. I thought I would be able to use this still. It's like I do come to the point where I'm going to start getting rid of. Hey, you got to get rid of stuff. Yeah. My rule of thumb is if you haven't used it, right, in the last year, you probably don't need it anymore. You get what I'm saying? If it's in your garage or whatever, you ain't used it in a whole year. It's just in your garage. You know you ain't gonna use it, but every time you go in there, you look at that thing and you say, or when you're doing your Goodwill run or whatever, because we're gonna be doing one of those next week. We're having a come to Jesus meeting in our garage. Me and my wife already said it, right? We're gonna go in there and we're gonna air it out. Everything must go, right? We've been selling it or getting rid of it or whatever, but you know, I swear, if I go in that garage one more time and look at anything in there, I'm gonna lose it. Because it's like I don't lose anything in there, and it's just impeding me from getting to my garage door. It's all it's doing. I don't even know what's in there. I think there might be a person in there or something. They might just be living in my garage. We wouldn't know because we got so much stuff in there. It's crazy. Okay. But thank you so much, Gibby, for, you know, participation. You get a participation award. I'm messing with you. Thank you for coming out. You've been super awesome. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for supporting me the way you have. Because at the end of the day, you don't even have to talk to me if you don't want to, but you're choosing to do so. So that's awesome. Okay? All right, let's see. What's my next question? Let's see if we can keep this thing going. We'll get some more pictures up here. What's your favorite way to unwind after a long day? My favorite way to unwind after a long day. Well, I'll have to tell you, gosh, my favorite way to unwind. I like to play the piano. I play the piano when I need to unwind. Either I play the piano or I play video games. But most of the time, I'm probably going to resort to the piano. Because it's just, I don't know, something about the piano to me is it's very relaxing. You know? All right, anyway, what do y'all think about that? Well, you think I made that face looks kind of, I don't know. What do y'all think about that face right there? I don't know. Do you think I should have made it a little bit skinnier in here? Like, it looks like her, but it looks like a, but then again, who am I? Because I think it looks like her. I think it does. But I'm the guy drawing the picture too, so that doesn't, you know. Okay. Now, let's try this next picture. I'm going to do it with, crayon. Okay. Hey, also, if I got any takers here, remember, guys, that I do the online classes at RowserWorld.com/classes. So if you want to take a class, check it out. We have spots available. Go onto our calendar and book your date. I'd like to do a one-on-one with you. That'll be good. All right. Then we also have our Patreon page. This is our fan support page. If you have not thought about supporting our art ministry through our Patreon page, we would ask that you prayerfully consider doing such. And for checking it out, you'll go there, you'll see you'll get a lot of different videos. We actually do have a new playlist called Caricature Mini Courses. I've been promoting that a lot because I think it's going to help a lot of you guys that, you know, in particular that can't really let's just say that finances are a thing for you right now. So you can't really do the classes, but you want to learn, but you get what I'm saying? So you want to watch how much you're investing. I've been there before. I get it. Totally get it. So go over here and check it out, and then you can join that tier. And that tier has like a bunch of different videos there where you can check it out. Tips are awesome, and don't forget those tips will be going toward fixing our tent. So we got a tent. We're still replacing our tent. We're currently at 800 now. I mean, no, we're currently left with $800 to raise. We raised 150 so far, so this is kind of where we're at right now. So if you guys want to donate toward it, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, let's get back to the drawing. All right, let me see here. All right, let's see. Let's go to our next page here. What about this one here? Okay, let's try it. Let's do it. Okay, so this one's going to be with a Sharpie. I prefer Sharpies, actually. I don't know. Crayolas are good, but not Crayolas. These Crayolas are good, but I don't know. I feel with Crayolas, you can hide behind your line too much, which, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to go more. I want to be more deliberate with my entire head shape without being scared to do so. I wonder if I just do like this now. Before I used to start it like this. I like to start pictures with a different way each time, because it gives me a little bit of It gets boring when you start the picture the same way every time. You know what I mean? Now I like that one right there. I'm starting to get a little warmed up here. There we go. All right, got the little antennas in the front. Antennas, okay. And then we got. Let me see. What should we focus on? One or two? One or two? I think we're gonna focus on one. Make that the bigger shape. Okay, and then we'll go two, and we'll forget about the back shape because we really don't need it. Okay, and then here. All right, we got our hair shape here and here. Okay. Ah, super awesome. Okay. All right. Let me see here. So what's my favorite way to unwind? Okay, like I said, piano, generally keyboard. What's one piece of advice you'd give your younger self? Ooh, that's a good one. What's one piece of advice I would give my younger self? Let me see. Boom. Let me do this here. Boom. Watch this. So with this one, I'm going to tell you before I answer that question. I went with the outside of the eye first so I could establish the distance of the eyes from each other. I need these eyes to be close, far apart, because if I don't get that, it ain't going to look like her. Okay? I might have been able to go a little bit further than that, but here we can put some eyelashes and kind of elongate the eyes just a bit, and a little bit more emphasis on these little pupil spots here. Okay, then we got our little nose shape here. Boom, 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 boom. Keep it simple. And then we go here to our lip shape. Okay, got our smiles in there, right? And then we'll come here. Okay, and just like so. That looks good. Okay, got some lashes there. And then we're going to do a little bit of smiling here, right? Just like that, right? I think that one came out good. Yeah. All right. Well, so then what piece of advice would I tell my younger self? I know what I would tell myself. A piece of advice: develop yourself spiritually at a young age. I would say do it now. I know you don't think you need it, but trust me, when you figure out in life that nobody cares about you, nobody cares. No. Let me put it in a different way. There are some people in this world that do care about you, but that's very far and few in between. Put it like that. You get what I'm saying? So I think that with this idea that we expect something from the world that we're going to get back when we put out, and it's a give and take. It's really not like that. So I would say my spiritual walk has allowed me, now I can see how valuable it is, because when everything else fails, I always go back to, that's where I land at. I'll be like, well, I said, I'm still rich. I'm still blessed. Because I have this relationship. So the thing is that if you put your, I think, and this is an I think statement, if you put all your trust into a physical thing, or this thing, or something on this earth, right? People can let you down, right? And things can go wrong. But that doesn't happen with God. So I think that's if I could go back, I would say to have a spiritual life. Now, is there any other stuff I would say? Yep. I would tell you this. I would say don't sleep with nobody you not met. If you're not because the potentials for other, it's not just the sleeping around part, it's that too, because you inviting different spirits and stuff into your mix when you start sleeping around with everybody, everything that they mess with, everybody they've been with, everybody they've been around. They leave a part. I believe that spiritually is attached to that person, and then it winds up being a part of who you. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't do that because it was so many times. It was, how can I put it? It was situations that I regret that I was in, but now I'm having to suffer. I got repercussions of it now, but because I couldn't see past, you know what I'm saying? And oh man, there's so many things. My God, that's a deep question. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Cherish, how are you today? Yeah, that's a really deep question. If I could tell my younger self that, I would tell my younger self, definitely, don't be sleeping around with a whole bunch of people. Get out of here. Don't sleep with nobody unless you're married to, or you really, because now I understand that that's not really, I believe that those types of things are not toys. We think that, being intimate with another person is a toy. It's just about us feeling, but we don't understand I think the purpose of it. You know what I mean? Why? And we've taken that purpose and kind of almost perverted it. But it confuses you. That's why so many people get divorced now, because what happens is they get in a relationship and they start sleeping together, but they think they love each other, but they just sleeping together. You understand what I'm saying? They think they love each other, but they just sleeping together. And they think that the feeling that they get because they're sleeping together is love, and that has nothing to do with anything. It's just a feeling. It's just a release of dopamine in your body. You know what I'm saying? And so if I had to go back and talk to my younger self, I would do that. And I'm gonna tell you now, my sons. I told you guys I had my sons when I was 40. My sons Ethan was born, I was 48. Evan was born, and I was 50 years old, right? And I talk to them about these things. Another thing, if you're a guy on here, if you're a young man, let me tell you, or even a young lady, but especially a young man, if you need to you got to get your emotions under control. Oh man, because too many youngsters now, they feel it, and then they do it, and that's how I was. But I didn't know that when I was young. I didn't know that you couldn't just do whatever the heck you wanted to somebody or say whatever you wanted. Again, I didn't come up understanding some of the very basic principles of life. So I know that answer went way further out than intended, right? But that's, that it is what it is, Okay, let me see. Let's go to our next picture here. Oh, I got to put some black right in here. Let's see if we can do this. We can shadow this part here. I just really want to get the contrast to be kind of next to the face like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what my next question is. Anybody else have any impact on that? What one piece of advice you'd give your younger self? Right? Your one piece of advice you'd give your younger self? But that's the question that we're on right now. We're just drawing pictures and kind of talking about some things. Not necessarily. We don't have to sit here and I don't have to instruct you through every line. Let's just draw and talk about things. I think this, you know what I mean? You don't have to be all like, tight. You know what I'm saying? Stop being tight. We just talk about some things. I want y'all to relax today. Okay, so you said emotions. Emotions. Yes, emotions are they had a song. Back in the day when I used to listen to I used to listen to a lot of R&B music, and they had a song called Emotions by this group called H-Town. They were out of Houston, Texas, and they would say, the song went, emotions make you cry sometimes, emotions make you laugh sometimes, and then it says something, emotions make you sad sometimes, but then it said most of all it makes you fall in love. And I was like, I disagree with that part. Emotions don't make you fall in love. You get what I'm saying? Because what is love, right? Baby, don't hurt me no more. That is love. And the thing is when you say that word, that you know how true it is because when you love somebody, you always doing something in their best interest, So again, my younger self was just, that's my younger self. But Uh-huh. Okay, let me see. Loads of advice, but then I don't think we can learn about life. Wait, wait, I can't understand that question. That loads of advice, but then I don't think we can learn about life. What do you mean if we don't have, if we don't do certain, what do you mean if we go back and change what happened to our younger self, then you're saying that we have to, I get what you mean. You're saying we had to go through what we had to go through in order to get where we're at? Is that what you're trying to say? Okay. I get what you mean. That is absolutely true. Now, I didn't say I would change anything. I don't think I agree with you on that. I agree that I don't think I get to change. I wouldn't change anything because I paid the ultimate price to know what I know today. I didn't see you, Cherish, in Dallas. What's going on? And Cherish, hey, matter of fact, first of all, my top tier Patreon is in the house. Thank you so much, Cherish, for coming out today. Cherish is on our YouTube. I'm on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So I just wanted to give a special shout out to you because I just want to say thank you. Thanks. And we got to do that class this week. Last week we missed out. So I got you this week here. Okay, let me see. Let's go to our next drawing here, and then we'll and as we flip drawings, we'll flip questions. Okay, so let's see who we got here. And if anybody has a request of a particular type of picture you want me to do, somebody, seems to be a good one. She has a very spaced apart. She has something about the spacing of her eyes. She almost has an offset here. So this eye is like she's looking at you. And in this eye is like she's not looking at you. Can you see that offset right there? Okay. So we're gonna dive into that one real quick. Let's get another piece of papel. Pieza de papeles. Hold on a second, guys. Something's going on here. Hold on. I bet you I got repeat on because I don't remember hearing it. Okay, here we go. So let's see what we got with this one. Wow. Okay, all right, let's go here. Okay. And we're going to see what we got here, okay? Now, of you guys that are here, I would like to ask a question. Do you enjoy more of a teaching style of caricature, or do you enjoy more of a watching and observing and putting connections together for yourself kind of caricature? Which one would you say you kind of gravitate toward? Okay, eyebrows here. Let's see what these eyes here. You know what I would do here? I would do her eyes look kind of. I'm gonna use. You know what I'm gonna use here? I think I'm gonna use some diamonds. Because it's going to be easier for me to offset the diamond. You see? Because I can use the sides of it to tell me where to place the pupils at. So so in this situation, anytime I have an offset, you're thinking about, you need to have that in mind, okay? Just like that, okay? Really more teaching and applying really what we learn. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right, now we're going to go over here to my nose shape, I guess. So with the nose shape here, I like to make like a little triangle between these shapes right here. See how they look kind of to each other. That's the importance of knowing exactly what shape you want to draw, because if you don't know exactly what shape you want to draw, then it's easier to make them bigger or smaller or whatever, right? And then up here we got a crooked shape going on here. So what's going on here is, if I'm thinking about this logically, a mouth that does this has to do something like this. So therefore, then I would, it's smaller and then bigger, or bigger and smaller, or whatever, right? Okay, and then we have this. So a couple of things I think I would change up here, but let's see if I can get this to work without having to do that. Let's see if we can get these eyelashes in here like that. Okay, I think that's good. And maybe if I put a little bit more details here at the bottom. Okay. A mixture of both teaching and observing. Oh, okay. That's cool. Okay. Teaching plus observing. Okay. So I'll kind of combine both of those together here for the stream. Let's see here. I think I want to go with a... let me see here. Let's go backwards. Something about going backwards sometimes makes it easier to get that bubbliness of the shape you're trying to capture. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So if I come down here, for instance, and I draw from here and go that way, it's like your brain, if you look at a picture in a mirror, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but when you look at anything in the mirror, that's why barbers do it when they cut your hair, is that you see instantly all the mistakes in the drawing. You see, even if you can't draw, or you don't draw well, or whatever, you think you don't have that skill. Mirrors have a way of exposing mistakes. Like, stand in the mirror and tell yourself a lie and see what happens. Just go look at the mirror, look yourself right in the face, and say something that you did that you know wasn't true. It's hard to do it in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so here we go. So let's go backwards here. See right here? And it also is because when you backwards, you can always see where you're going. You see? And then you can make more dynamic shapes. So right here, I'm going to work from the bottom, and I'm going to zoom back up. So I'll start out here, right? And then I'm just coming, you see? Just like that. And then I come over here, and I'm going backwards against my hand up into the drawing. And then here I'm going backwards and creating a shape, in which I could just put a little ear shape there. And you can see where her little earring is kind of sticking out right there. That's what that is. Okay. Neptunes. How long have I been drawing caricatures? I'd say about 25 years. Yeah, about 25 years. Yeah. Are any caricature artists actually here? Anybody actually does this for employment, for a living? No? Anybody? Right? If you just there we go. Okay. Let's put some lighting over here. Okay. Now we'll just shadow. Just add some little hairs here. Just give a little bit of baby hairs. All right, some baby hairs. Okay. All right, so see, what's my next question here? Let's go over that question. Let's see. What is the most memorable place you've ever visited? The most memorable place I've ever visited. Gosh, let me see. I'm gonna tell you what it was. Every time, I'll never forget this place. I was when I was younger. I went to Provo, Utah. Provo, Utah, I was at Brigham Young University for a track meet. So we traveled all the way from South Carolina all the way out there. And during that trip, we went up in these mountains, and up in these mountains, there were fresh waterfalls. Like, there were waterfalls where the water was so clean that you could drink water off the rocks. Like, that's how clean the water was. It was filtered water to the max, right off of a mountainside. And I was just like, and it was cold and just crispy. I had never tasted water like that before. Even drinking bottled water doesn't taste like it. And so it was very memorable for me how that was a thing there. It was super awesome, you know. Anybody else have visited anything really cool? Like, where's the coolest place you've been to? I've been to a lot of cool places. I went to one time. I actually went to I want to say, where's Mount Rushmore? I went to Mount Rushmore, and I thought that was pretty cool to climb up there and see like the tools that they use to be able to do this stuff. And you have to understand that the technology that we have now didn't exist, so it was actually pretty darn amazing to see those people build something like of that magnitude and do that, and the effort that they had to put in to be able to do it, not having the things that we have accessible to us today. So yeah. Okay, let's see here. So what else could we do with this picture here? Now we can just start putting in our little lines here. Right? Remembering caricature, guys, less is best. Don't be trying to draw a whole bunch of stuff you don't need in the picture just because you're trying to be like another artist that did it this way or that way. You don't need to be able to do all that stuff. You just need to be able to put you need to be able to say what you want to say about the person. I'll tell you what I think is cool. I'm gonna do this real quick. I think this is something that I want to practice on, but let me see. But then again, I'll just do it throughout the drawings. This way I don't interrupt. All right. Oh, look at this one here. I want to do this one because of the teeth. So how would I do something like that? I know that, right? This particular drawing is like this particular face is like a gold mine for a caricature. He's going to get out of control. He's going to want to, you know what I mean? Especially Ninja Sketch, if you're watching right now. Ninja Sketch she's a caricature artist, I think out of the Philippines or something, but she be making up something. She gonna find out what's wrong with your face, and then she gonna draw it. Okay, all right, here we go. So let's go here. Let's see what we want to do with this one. This one right here, what I'm gonna do, water guards, and that was fab. Oh man, that's awesome. All right, Cherish. Too bad I didn't run into you while you was down here. Now this one I'm gonna do, right? A good tech. I like to approach. Sometimes I like to do it like. I'm gonna do these eyebrows and the eyes first. Watch this. So I like this way because this way it allows me. I'm just gonna do some real crazy eyebrows, right? Because she got some kind of right. So if I do the eyebrows, then I can come here and do this, right? Right, and then I'll do this. And then we'll do the teeth. Now this is a very cartooned way of doing this. Of course, you know you don't have to do it this way, but I'm just showing you that there's so many different ways to kind of to start your caricature. You know what I mean? You can. Okay. Again, down here, I'm just going to use all basic shapes. I try to use shapes whenever possible. Not too many lines. Nose here, right? I don't know. Let me see. Do something like this here. I don't know. Maybe I can just cut them in half. Put some eyes in there. Maybe put some eyelashes. Okay. Now this is a little bit more exactly what I said. A little bit more cartooned, right? You basically here what I would do is I would just kind of, she has a flatness, so her head kind of comes down and then goes into the eye like this, and then it goes out, wraps around the mouth, and then goes back down here, and then here, and then around and up. I think she looks kind of nuts here, to be honest with you. This is I don't know. What do you guys think about this one? I can see the likeness of her. But I don't know if I like the. I don't know. Maybe because of the teeth. Maybe I need to make them. Maybe I need to make them smaller. Right. And then back here, I want to use an angle so that it gets straight as I drop down. Right. I just did something right there. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. And then we got these big old cheeks. Now, what I'm wondering is what way I could have done that to make this a little bit more cheeky. Like if I would have just let me try something else. What do you guys think about that one right there? What do you say? What would you have done differently? Holler at me. Okay. Let's do this here. All right. And again, just a quick little cartoon. All right, let's go ahead and just shadow this in. All right. Okay. All right, let's see where are my other questions at here. Okay. Let's see here. Let me go over here. Okay. What's a movie, book, or song that has stayed with you for years? A movie. Probably The Last Dragon. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie, but it's an old karate movie from like 1980 or something by Barry Gordy. And I think I've seen that movie like, I don't know, so many times. It's absolutely ridiculous how many times I've sat and watched that movie. But it's taught me a lot about life, right? Especially those that are bound by desire can only see that which they hold in their hands, right? And it is absolutely true, right? When you can only see what you want and not everything. You wind up running people over with your car, right? Yeah. It's what we call tunnel vision. Yeah, you get tunnel vision. You just go for it at all costs, right? You know? Okay. I don't think I need to do anything to this one. I think it came out just perfect. That's what I would give her. This is Rudy. Oh, you're talking about Rudy from oh. Hey, you know what? We can let me see. What's your name there? Hold up. I can't see. I can't see. It just look like you're a little. It just look like a little what is that? A strawberry? All you have to do, if you want me to draw, I could use you as a model. Just send your picture to my Facebook or Instagram, or DM me here on TikTok, and then I'll just bring your picture up over here and draw it right here. Yeah, I got you, man. All right, don't forget, guys, check out my classes. We got classes, RowserWorld.com/classes. Guys, don't forget, check us out. Summer special going on right now. You can get 3 classes, $105 instead of the $45 that we normally would charge for those classes per class. So if you want to get in on that summer special, check it out. Patreon is our fan support page. If you'd like to support our ministry, you'd like to be a part of what we're doing here, RowserWorld Ministry. We're connecting art, connecting God, putting them together, using our commonality to inspire one another. We also have drawing videos there, so you're going to like those. And those videos go in depth about all the stuff y'all ask me all these questions about. I literally made an entire playlist full of all the questions you could ever ask me. And I'm adding as I go along, so when I learn, you get to that. So that is our caricature basics mini course. We have a mini course that we just put on there. And that tier at this point is only $15 a month if you want to do the tier instead of the classes. And you have access to all those videos. But that price will be going up on that tier. And the reason is that we're going to have too much information for me to justify just doing $15 for it. I think that would just be unfair to, us as well as you. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead. It's probably going to be about 90 days, but the people that are already signed up, under the $15 a month thing will automatically be grandfathered in at that price, so we won't raise it for people that are already there. But if you're not on that, I'm just letting you know if that's something that you're thinking about doing. Okay. All right. And also tips are appreciated. We are trying to raise money for our new tent. So our tent right now, we're at $150, which means we're down to about 800 of our goal for our new tent that we're going to be using for our outdoor events. Our last one got destroyed, so we just need a new one, and we're reaching out to you guys. So thank you if you want to help us out. That'd be super awesome of you. Thank you. Let's get back to it. Okay, next page, next person, next picture. Let's see. Let's change it up. Let's do some guys. Why is this all ladies on this one? I did a guy first time though. I guess this is the one right here. All right, let's see if we can find it. Let's look at let's find somebody with an interesting face. Let me see. Well, these are just everyday people. So let's try this guy right here. He's an everyday guy. We're just ordinary people. Okay. Let's see here. All right, let's go for it. All right, so with this picture, let's see now the book, movie, or song that stayed with me for years. I already answered that. What's something people are surprised to learn about you? As per, something that they're surprised to learn about. Oh, I know. I'm ambidextrous. I can draw caricatures with both hands. Okay, so this one, it comes out a little bit, So this is the other hand. This hand tends to be a little bit more cartoon, like when I go with it. I've been dealing with this more as I got older. But it also, this hand versus this hand makes me draw more. It's just a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? The shapes seem to be more precise to me when I draw with this hand, right? Than this hand. But this hand seems to have more of the cool line work. This hand has more of the, I know what you're trying to do, right? So I'm going to do it. You see how easy that head shape came out right there with this hand? So then you come here and then you'll put you can do your eye shapes, right? Right? Look. See? I don't necessarily have to think too much with this hand. It just does it. The lines aren't as tight because I don't draw with this hand that much, right? But you can see that that's a pretty decent caricature of that guy, right? To say that I'm not doing it with my dominant drawing hand. I'm finding out a lot of things like that as I get older. Like I thought I was left-handed, but then I found, as I got older, I didn't understand. I was like, man, one day I'm gonna tell you how I was bowling on the Wii with my son, and I was just like, then I'm bowling, and before I realized that I was bowling with my right hand, but normally I bowl with my left. And now it doesn't matter. I just pick up whatever it is, and I just start doing it with whatever hand because that's what it feels like to me. So that's something that I think. What's something about you people are surprised to learn about? I don't know. Yeah. Let me see. That came out pretty good. Let me see. Now, if I took the same, let's see here. Let's say if I do the same thing, right? But I'm gonna put this one here. But I'm gonna get another piece of paper and go here. All right. Tell you what, I can't do it that way. All right, so if I do it this way, and then let me see. what would it come out like? I'm trying to get the paper out of the way so you can see. So this was my what, left? And then this will be my right. Let me see. So my right is like kind of like this. Let's see. You can tell me which one you think is better. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so those are two different ones, but what do you think? Which one do you think, guys? Do you like this one better or that? Well, I didn't put his little eyes in there like this. Okay, so I don't know which one. And what differences do you really kind of notice between them? I think that this one is a little bit, again, more, I don't know. It's just, I learned how to do certain things over here by doing them here. For instance, when I drew this eye shape, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I went here and I tried the same thing. So here, instead of drawing like an E shape, I drew more like an S shape. And I like the way that was with the eyes. And I did it kind of fearlessly right there by using that kind of concept. So that told me, right, that I can do this here. Hold on. I'm definitely going to use it. Let's go to this. So that told me when I draw my eyes, I can, it doesn't matter. I could go in. I can come in like that, like an E shape if I want. Right? You see? You get what I'm saying? Or you can do, let me see. And that's not really, this is it. So you got the, just basically, it's like a reverse E shape with eyes in it. You see? And it gives you that bagginess under the eye to create these type of different eyes. So this is the, turns out this is the double E eye. The double E's, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, you said you sent a picture. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see if I can find you here. TikTok, I got a message here. See if we can find your message. Let me see. New followers. Sent a picture just now. Yep, that's your thing here. Okay, this is safety. Mom can say something that might be sensitive. So let's see. Let's view it. Okay. And there we go. All right. So I think we can see that picture pretty good. There we go. Let me just brighten it up just a bit. I don't think your nose is big at all. What are you talking about? If that's considered a big nose, then I'm in big trouble. Because my nose is humongous, Daddy. A humongous nose. All right, let me see what I got here. All right. So let me try this picture right here. And this is we're on TikTok, right? We got a TikToker here. Let me draw this picture right here. Let's see what I can come up with. Let me see. Let me see. I think I'm gonna do. You know what? This is what I see here. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to get all your hair in there, but it's gonna get there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Big shape. I need big shapes so I can get the fullness. Boy, you got a lot of hair on this picture. Golly. Okay, then we'll just put your neck down here somewhere. We'll just concentrate on your. We'll do the hair. We'll concentrate on your hair and your face. Okay, and then we got this and that, right? We got some. It's kind of like this. I'm just adding some curls in here. Okay. All right, hold on. Let's go ahead and get to the face, right, real quick. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. All right. So we want to do something like this. How do I want to do? You know what? What kind of eyes I see for you? I see these. I'm gonna totally be fearless about this. So I'm gonna go with an oval, and then I'm gonna go with this oval here, right? And then when I do the oval, I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna cross it like this, because you have long eyelashes to me. So I'm gonna split the circle in half, and then I'm gonna bring your eyes in like this. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Okay. Then we got our nose shape here. So your nose is about, I wouldn't go real big on that. I'd make it kind of subtle and just kind of come down here. Go down. Okay. And then we got our lip shape here, so we can do some. Mm-hmm. 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 Something like that. Okay. And then we got the hair. Remember, we want to go backwards. So what we're going to do from this point, I'll just bring your shoulder out here. You can see a little dress here. Okay. And let's get some eyelashes going on here before we do our hair. Okay. There we go. We do like this here. Little line here. Little light in the eyes here. We need it. Okay. All right. Now, let me see here. Let's do the eyes color here. So we got like a little bit of color. Okay. Then we're going to do the lips here. Just like a little circle. Just keep it simple. A little simple cartoon of you. Okay. Come up here. Give you some makeup. Right, like that. Gotta do your makeup, right? Something like this. Right. And then maybe I can even shadow and make a profile shadow here. Okay. Got this little shadow here. I like to use this to kind of correct my shapes, you know what I mean? So here we'll see, and I'm just gonna add a little bit more shadow because I want something that's going to accurately reflect your complexion here, even if I'm just doing it in black and white. Okay. Here are some little dimples here. I don't know if you got them, but I'm gonna put them anyway. Now, what I'm gonna do here is we're going to use this marker, and we're going to create some curls. Right. So this is going to be a Sharpie Magnum. Okay, let's see what we got here. I think this one is still got a lot of juice in it, so let's see what we can do with it. Okay, so what we want to do is we're not concerned with getting everything exactly perfect. We just want curls in the hair. So that's what I do. I first go and I attack the curls, and I make dimension out of it. Okay, once I do it, I just kind of go in and I find one pattern, and I don't deviate from the pattern. It's all at this point just about me drawing individual little curls and shadow shades so that I don't overwhelm the picture with a lot of hair strokes. Okay, you can't be doing that. Okay, and then here I'm just going to do the same thing. You can see here that I'm putting your hair in again, and I'm just following the same pattern. Cartoon is not like real life. You believe it or not, what makes a better cartoon is uniformity more than chaos. Get what I'm saying? So while you're looking at a complex way to do the hair, just look at the major overall shape, pattern that the hair is taking. I can see the curly pattern here. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't have because what I'll do is when I get to the end, I'm going to show you a little trick here. Okay, so let's go with this one. Uh-oh, hold on a sec. I got to plug my phone. Hold on. I see something. Oh, almost got me there. Hold on, guys. Okay, there we go. I had to plug in there. Okay, at the end of the picture, right, if you want to go super curly, first let's get the eyebrows in. Do our finishing touches here. Okay. Just like that. Now watch this. So you use a thinner marker, and if you do these numbers here, watch. At the end, watch. So you get the effect of a lot of curls in the hair without having to make a lot of curls. Does that make sense? Yeah, so it's faster this way is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, and anyway, I think that is it. So I'll go ahead and I'll just sign my work here. Okay, and there you have it. Awesome. I'm glad that you liked it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. So guys, we're gonna go back into our next drawing here. We've been here, we've been here about a good hour. And let's go here. Let's go back to where I was. I think I was on Pinterest here. Okay, so here we go. So this is where we're at. Okay, let's try, let me see. Okay, let's try this here. All right. All right. What's a challenge you overcame that changed your perspective on life? That's easy. Jail. Yeah, went to jail. Changed my perspective automatically. Don't ever play with us ever again. And I was like, I will not. So they let me out that door. I ran like a scalding mule. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Let's see if we can catch this expression here. See, this is the thing. You know, a lot of times y'all don't get about the caricatures is that you got to do this. You got to capture expressions, right? So this is, see that expression right there? Look. Then you got this. All right, let's do some expressions here. We're not going to do the same ones. We're going to look at these expressions. What about that one? Let me see. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, so okay, let's see here. All right, that one came out cool. That's a good expression there. You gotta, no matter who you're drawing, you got to find that. You got to get that expression. Who is this? Look at this. She looks pale. So characters always do all kinds of things, and you gotta be, how do I capture that emotion? Like this one, you have more of the squeezed eye shape. So I gotta be thinking. I wonder if I can do that and it would still look right. Let me see. I wonder what's happening here. Is this what's happening? I just want to see. Okay, yes. And then, but I don't know. What if I went with more of a, I'm trying to see how I can get more of a, what if I do a square look, like a, what could I do to really get that squeeze? Maybe if I did maybe if I just did the eyes like this. Yeah, that's an easier way to capture that. You see that? And then bring the eyes down a little, bring the eyebrows down in here, and then you squeeze around and then come around to a round nose like that. Now that looks a lot better right there. See? Right there. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so this expression was so squeezed lines, and they always come in better for, I think, showing like very intense emotions. That one was fairly decent. The round shapes, obviously, anything that looks sinister, it seems like I can use these. Like if you look at these, instead of using circles here, these type of expressions, you want to use lines, because if you use lines, right, then you can do like this, and then you get what I'm saying. You see how it all automatically just kind of already looks like the person. So for intensity means squeeze, right? And you want another way to think about it like an equal sign, like in math. You get what I'm saying? This equals madness, right? Okay, let me see. What about, let's see. It keeps going back here. Let me see what it kind of. This one is the same thing too, though. You see here, she has a lot of sadness in the eye. I wonder if I could do this. What if I went down like this? And what if I just connected the eyes to the brow shape and then went here? Right? And then I just added the eyelashes here. I think that looks more convincing than actually putting different. So we can also combine, right? We can combine eye shape with the eyeballs, right? To get a shape like this one. So we drawing that expression. This is what we want. Right? This is how it looks in real life. Now, in real life, you could go ahead and draw it like this if you want. Right? Let me show you. Because this is like the true shape of the eye, right? But when you draw true shapes, a lot of the times, it doesn't have the intensity of the that you want for the drawing. It looks a little flat. You know what I'm saying? If you do this, even if I add the eyelashes to it, it looks decent, I guess. That still looks pretty decent. So you can use either or. You can go with a true shape. You can go with the circle, right? Okay, either one. It's up to you. Okay, let me see. What about, let's go to another one here. Oh my gosh. What the heck is that? Wonder what she's thinking about. Okay. And I got time for maybe one or two more drawings. Yeah, this is me. What are you talking about? Right? Yeah. Okay, let me see here. So finally, guys, let's see here, and then we're gonna be done here. Okay, let's do. Let's see if I can do here with this one. So now we got the true shape, so we can go. I think with this one, we still need something that is equaled. I'm trying to see, can I do this though? Look, so if I did this, right, and this, right, and then I came back and I did the actual shape of the eye, which is something like this. Okay. Okay. This is the actual shape. Okay. And let's add some lashes there. Okay. But then if I do it like this, let me see if that'll work. The way I kind of attack the last eye, I'm going to hang it from here and then drop down and then come down like this. And let me see what happens. I'm just looking at something here. Wow. I think this one looks better. I think that when I see this, I need to start combining this together to create a more. And I was always scared to kind of do that because I didn't think it was gonna. I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna matter much. But just by eliminating this space altogether gives more impact to the eye than I even imagined. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's see if that's a thing. Is that a real thing? Let me see. What if we go here? All right. This person doesn't per se look mad, so I don't think we can eliminate it altogether here. But what I think we can do is we can. Oh, look what I see. So I think that what we can do is we can do layers. So we got layer, and then we got this happening at the bottom. Do you see what I'm talking about? You got a line with the eyebrow, then you have a line with the top of the eye, and then a line at the bottom of the eye, and then this line is coming down. So this is literally the shape that's being made here. But again, because it doesn't look squeezed enough to me, like I could do this. It just doesn't look squeezing it out. This eye is shaped a little bit differently, but almost the same. So it has the 1, it has the 2, it has but this shape right here on her eyes is a little bit more. Well, it's straight, and then it comes down like this, and then it goes here. So I'm just trying to see which way I would like to do that. Now I could also do, let me see, something that'll give it a lot more animate. Let me see. So let's see, 1, 2, and let's see if we do. Let's see, what if we just copy the eyebrow shape, right? And then make it round. Let me see what happens when I do that. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, this one definitely looks more like a cartoon. You see how boring this looks right here? And this looks more like a cartoon. You know what I'm saying? So that looks a little bit boring right there. Let me see. Then we got the lips here, but we won't go into that. We're just doing the eye shape, so we'll just stay right there. All right, let's see here. What about this one here? Is this a shape? Let me see. I just like it again because all the expressions. Okay, let me see here. So if I do like this, let's see if I can. This is going to work again. 1, let me see. 2. Let's see if I just do this and I let go of that line in between, and I just use like round circle shapes, how will that work out for me? Okay. Am I trying to say that this person has this shape and you get what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, now that's one way of doing it, right? She doesn't look as. I think that's still. What do you think? I don't know. Let's go ahead and darken this in because this is such a integral part of the cartoon. I just want to see what it look like. Okay, but that looks okay. But she looks a little bit madder there. I don't know. Let me see. What do you guys think about that? Let's see. What if we put a space? What if we do this? Here and here, and then I'm just gonna put I'm gonna copy the eyebrow shape again, and then I'm gonna squeeze it, and then I'm gonna put eyes in there, and then I'm gonna do this. But oh man, I didn't put a deep enough eyebrow shape. Oh, that sucks. Okay, but I think that this would be a better option. Yeah, because here. We kind of just put our eyelashes here, right, like that. Then we got our nose shape here. Oh yeah, and then we got this shape here, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, and then I don't know. This is like a boom, like right across the face. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that one will work out. That's good. Mm-hmm. So what seems to work the best here, my friends, is to actually copy the shape of the brows almost. It's crazy. So if I do, let me see what this one here. Let's see if that works. So, all right, hold on. Let's go a little bit bigger here. Just a little bit. Okay, now we'll just do like this. Watch 1, 2. Then we just come here, watch. 1, 2, but then we just do like this, and we just bring it back in. Drop that piece down here, and then I don't know. Should we just come here and then add this in here like that? Eyebrows kind of go down, and then she has this little like shapes like that. I think that's a good one, right? Mm-hmm. Or the let me see. Okay, and then I think finally, guys, we're gonna go ahead and finish out here. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all get on with your day. Oh, y'all got stuff to do. Right. Okay, let me see here. Can't end the line under the eye. You put a lid in line above the eyeglasses. Okay. Okay, let me see. So this is absolutely the last drawing, guys. I'm done. I'm all caricatured out. I won't be doing the word of the day today. I'm doing the word of the day tomorrow. Tomorrow is our actual live stream time. Today was a bonus stream because I've been trying to raise money for our tent. So I've been doing more streams. That's why I've been doing more streams lately. So if you guys are thinking about giving to our tent, don't forget, guys, help us out with the tent. New tent fundraiser. This is where we're at. We got we raised $150 so far up to $950. So that's like where we're at right now. So thank you so much, guys, for helping with that. Okay. Let me see here. Let's go with this guy here, and then we're done. Okay, and we're just gonna let you guys again fade back into your day. Go ahead and fade back, right? All right, and here we go. All right, guys. So what would I do with this face first? I don't know. Figure out the. Let's see. What is going on with that? So when a person's eyes are doing like this, what I'm wondering is what's going on with that. Like he looks like this. I think that that's still a hard way to start that. I think I would never do that in an actual event. So why am I doing that today? I don't know. I wouldn't even attempt no character. I usually, this is what I would do. I'm gonna look at the whole shape here. What is this for? What does his head look like? What does that hat look like to me? It looks like a. What is that? What am I thinking about? Like a little short circus almost. Like a, I don't know, something, I don't know, short. Right, it goes in, wraps, out. Let's go ahead and get the whole head shape in there. You know what I'm saying? Whole head shape. Like that. Yeah. Okay, holding face breath. Okay, yeah, I got you, Gordon. All right. And let me see here. We'll just do something like this. Now that I have that in there. See, sometimes if you just go with the straight up circle, the circles will just work wonders, man. When you get turned on to the circles are awesome. They do all kinds of stuff, right? I'm just doing something different. So I'm not copying the picture. I'm actually starting to hit the zone now. The whole time I was drawing, I wasn't there yet. I could tell when I get there. This is it, because normally when I don't have to try and the drawing just comes out, and if anybody caricature artists here, you're gonna see that we're just like old cars. We got to warm up before we jump in, but once we warmed up, we're pretty good to go. Okay. Okay. So, there you go, guys. That's my last drawing of the day. Just want to thank y'all for coming out. It was really nice to to draw with you, right? What? Okay. So what you guys want me to do? Y'all want me to break? Because I see this really. You know what I'm gonna do? Because over here it's really not a big. Let me see. Let's try this real quick. Hold on. Let's go over here. Let's go here. Hold up. I'm gonna go to TikTok. Hold on one sec, guys. I'm gonna end the live over there. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Let me see here. I want to see if this is gonna. If this is actually a thing here. Hold up. Wow, okay. It's kind of dark in here compared to that. All right, well, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get out of here. Again, I want to thank y'all for coming out. If you want to take classes with me, don't forget to sign up at RowserWorld.com/classes. We also have our Patreon page and our, which is our fan support page. If you guys want to support us financially to help us continue to put up the videos and classes for you. Thank you so much, guys, for helping out with that. And here you'll see all the information that you have there. We also do have our Patreon, and we do have our tent that we're working with. So if you guys have not checked that out and you want to sew in toward that, thank you a lot. I appreciate it. Okay. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to get a little mental rest. Right. I need to take some time away from the drawing board and yeah, just do some other things, right? So guys, I appreciate you coming out. Y'all be cool. I'll see you guys next time.